Hello everybody and welcome back to a new video. My name is Sarah and today we're going to be doing kind of like a mini vlog life update video. It's going to be a really short vlog, but I do want to vlog a little bit, but mostly I wanted to do kind of like a life update thing. Today's Saturday, it's Saturday morning, it's like 10:50 right now. Got a little bit later start getting ready than what I wanted to, but that's okay. It's the weekend, so we'll allow it. I'll probably just vlog through today and tomorrow. I'm probably wrapping it up Sunday evening, so like I said, very short vlog, but mostly I just kind of want to talk about little life updates. In terms of kind of just what we're gonna do this weekend, I know today we're meeting up with, Connor and I are meeting up with a friend of ours that we haven't seen in a little while, and we're gonna go to like a live jazz thing. I don't know exactly what it is, I just know there's supposed to be jazz music, and so we're gonna go to that at like 1 o'clock. And then I don't know what we're gonna do afterwards. Probably grab dinner afterwards, like an early dinner or something. I don't know. It's supposed to be from like 1 to 4, and then I think we might go grab drinks afterwards, and then that'll probably turn into dinner. Anyway, that's the plan, kind of the big plan for today. Obviously probably reading before and after, maybe, we'll see, I don't know. And then Sunday, Connor and I are gonna go pretty early in the morning to go help a friend inventory for his store. He sells Magic cards, Magic the Gathering cards, and he's kind of gotten a bit, he ran into kind of like a bump in the road, and was wanting some help, so we're gonna go help him inventory, which should be fun. I like organizing things, or like organizing items, so I think it'll be a relaxing time, and it'll be fun. I don't know, it'll be interesting. We might play Magic afterwards. I know that is something, part of a life update. I've really gotten into playing Magic the Gathering, so really hardcore nerd stuff. But a friend of ours, a different friend of ours, has been playing it for quite a while and was really wanting to get like a group going to play more, so we learned thanks to him. And then every Friday there's a several local game stores, like board game stores in our area, but there's one that we really like to go to that holds a draft night every night. So you get in a group, you draft a deck, and then you play 3 best of 3s with that deck, and I am pretty bad, not very good, getting better, learning, getting better at creating better decks, but it's a lot of fun. I don't do it every Friday. Connor and our friend do it more often than I do, but I do it, I would say, about half the frequency that they do it, so I go out occasionally. I didn't do it last night, but it's a lot of fun. I like it. There's also the like online version, it's called Magic the Gathering Arena, so I play it there sometimes, and it's fun. So yeah, we're gonna go help our friend kind of inventory some of his stuff, to try to help him get back on track with things tomorrow, and then we'll probably play Magic tomorrow too. So that is the plan for this weekend. In terms of what I am reading, I'm currently reading Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. It has been a while since I have picked up a Brandon Sanderson book to continue my very slow kind of exploration through his works, and this was the next one on kind of the list that I'm going off of in terms of like the best order to read his works. This, as of right now, is a standalone novel. I think there's supposed to be a sequel eventually, but right now it's a standalone, but it does play a part in the overall Cosmere universe that Brandon Sanderson has created, and I am about this far, I think 206 pages in, and I'm really enjoying it. I think this was his first novel that he published, and I hear a lot of people say it's not his best, and people usually don't like this one as much as his others, just because it was his first. So, you know, as he's written more, things have gotten better, and most people seem to like Warbreaker better than this one. I'm actually enjoying this one more than Warbreaker. I liked Warbreaker. I thought it was good, but I'm having a lot more fun with this one, and I don't quite know what it is. The concepts of both books were really interesting. I think I'm just vibing with the concept of this one a little bit more. So Elantris was this big, very opulent city of basically gods. There was this like transformation that people could just randomly go through, no matter if you were a peasant or like a royal or whatever. You overnight would transform into this like godlike creature, and you could just do magic at will, and so then when that happened, you would travel to Elantris, and that was where you would live, the city of gods. And then 10 years ago, that transformation suddenly changed, and you no longer changed into a god, you changed into like a zombie, basically. You were kind of like rotting away, I guess. You died, but you were still living. And so now Elantris is just like this absolute disgusting, decrepit city where all of these living dead people go. And we are following the crown prince of the country that Elantris is in. The capital is now like a neighboring city. Elantris used to be the capital, now it's Kai. I think I say Kai, but I'm not sure if that's how you're supposed to pronounce it. I don't know. But he was the crown prince. He underwent this transformation, is now in Elantris. So we're following from his perspective as he's trying to survive there and figure out his whole scheme of things there. And then we were following Serene, who was supposed to be his wife. She was traveling from a neighboring country to marry him in this political marriage, but he happened to die right before she arrived, and so now she is still the princess of both her home country and now this new country, and she is trying to go through a bunch of political maneuverations to hold her new country together, because it is falling apart basically at the seams, yet people are pretending that it's not. And then we were following a third character who is kind of this huge religious man from a other country that is slowly taking over the continent through religious transformation and kind of religious domination. And so he has set his eyes on the country that Elantris is in, and he has been tasked with pulling this country into the religious domination over the course of 3 months. Otherwise, it's going to be a bloodshed. And I know it's kind of confusing. There's a lot going on in this book, but basically there's a lot of political maneuverations in this book. And each perspective is super fascinating to read from. I truly don't really have a favorite perspective to read from. I find all three of them pretty compelling. They're all very distinct from one another as well. And yeah, just overall, I am enjoying this quite a bit. I will say I have been reading this as well as just other books that I have been reading over the past month and a half quite slower than I normally do, and not to the fault of the books, because I have been enjoying what I have been reading. It's just I have been moving at quite a slower pace because other life updates. I have started a new job at the beginning of January. I was hired, the beginning of January was my start time. I was hired back in December to work for my area's kind of health organization. I am working as a scheduler in my area's pain management clinic. Patients with severe chronic pain where their primary care provider can't really help them any further, come to our clinic. We're a specialty clinic, and I am a scheduler there, so I check people in and out of their appointments. I book future appointments for them, whether it be procedures or just office visits, and then I do a lot of calling people on the phone and then taking phone calls. It's very different than what I did before at my old job that I left about 6 months ago to try editing, freelance editing, manuscript editing. The reason why I decided to kind of end the full-time attempt at freelance editing was because it wasn't sustainable. I was enjoying it quite a bit. I was having a good time with it. I felt like I was learning a lot, and I was making a good amount of connections where people were very happy with the work that I did, and I did have some people repeat customers, which was wonderful. It just, with the amount of work that I was putting in, I was not making enough money to sustain myself at all. I was burning through savings because I couldn't make enough to keep up with what I needed. Of course, you know, Connor has his own income, but I was still keeping on my own financial responsibilities within our marriage, and I just wasn't making enough. I was having to use a lot in savings, and that was fine. I think it was a really good learning opportunity. I do want to try to kind of keep it as a part-time thing. However, I'm struggling to adjust to being back at like a normal working thing. I having to travel, like commute to work. My commute is pretty long because I use public transportation. A commute to work at a separate location that's not my house or my apartment, and then commute back home. I'm just kind of struggling to readjust to that. I'm very tired once I get home, and which is why I'm reading very slowly. I'm just not setting as much time aside as I normally did back even when I was working at my other company that I worked at. And so we're kind of struggling there. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I am really enjoying my job. I really love the team that I work with. Most of the patients that we work with are very kind. And I don't know, it's a good change of pace. My job is also very strict on you when you get out when your shift is done type of thing, which is a very lovely change of pace from my old company that I worked with. So I'm enjoying that. And yeah, I don't know, I will see how it goes, but that is kind of a couple big life updates right now. This is a very long intro, so I am going to let you go for now, but I'll check in probably after the jazz concert to kind of update you. I don't know, we'll see, but I'll update you. Hi friends. I know I said this was gonna be a vlog, but it's now Monday evening after work, and I'm gonna close out this vlog. World's shortest vlog in terms of how many updates I did. I do apologize for that. I really did intend this to be more of a vlog. I just didn't have a lot to update on until it was like Sunday evening, and then I just completely forgot. But in terms of reading, we'll do that first. In terms of reading, I really haven't made much progress in Elantris. I'm still like 214 pages left, so I think I've made it like maybe a grand total of like 8 pages since I last updated you. So I do apologize about that. I don't really have anything else to talk about other than I am truly still enjoying it. However, I was feeling a little wild, feeling a little crazy. I usually never do this. I usually only ever keep one physical book on the go. Like, I read one physical book at a time. I'll maybe listen to an audiobook and read a physical book. But I usually never have 2 physical books going at the same time. However, like I said, feeling a little crazy. I was really enjoying the high fantasy, but I wanted something like creepy, eerie, spooky, horror-esque, and so I pulled out all of the spooky books that I had on my ever out of control TBR, and had Connor go through all of the synopses and pick which one I was going to read. and he ended up picking Tender as the Flesh by Agustina Batztarica. And so this is an Argentinian novel. It has been translated into English. It is translated by Sarah Moses. This is pretty short horror novel. And it is about our world. It's like a dystopian version of our world where animal meat has been deemed poisonous and deadly to humans due to a virus that hasn't been able to be cured. And so the world has replaced all animal meat with human meat. And so we are following our main character, who works in a meat packing plant, and he ends up with, somehow acquires a live meat specimen, a human that is meant to go to slaughter. And he has to, I don't quite understand what is happening with it right now. He somehow has her at his house. She was like a gift. It was really weird. But he's treating her as if she were like a herd animal, like livestock, because that is how a particular demographic of people that have been now bred to be livestock are treated. And two things. There has to be, when you go into this book, I'm about 60 pages in. I'm 60 pages into this so far. I'm enjoying it, first of all. However, I will say there has to be a suspension of disbelief when you go into this, because obviously the first thing you think about is like, well, why not just have everybody go vegan? The author kind of explains a little bit why that didn't work. It's very loose and it doesn't really hold up. It doesn't hold very much water. And so I think when you go into this, if you want to get out of it what the author is intending, you need to have a suspension of disbelief. And I've heard that from nearly everybody that I have seen review this book, is that there needs to be a suspension of disbelief, and then you will enjoy it. It is quite disturbing, I will say that. All aspects of the meat industry, the livestock industry, are covered in here, as if humans are replacing the animal livestock, and it is quite disturbing. I think the purpose of this book, like I said, I'm only 60 pages in. The purpose of this book that I'm getting out of it so far is two things. It is kind of a critique on the meat and livestock industry by putting it into perspective of putting humans in that position and questioning kind of the humanity of the meat industry. It is also talking about how very quick we as humans are to dehumanize and give groups of humans a sense of otherness and to dehumanize them. Yes, this is a very extreme version, but that I think is what this book is at its core talking about, and it is very fascinating. Again, it is very disturbing and unsettling, and it gets a bit stomach churning at times, but I am enjoying it, I think I can say. I think it's good so far. So yeah, I'm about 60 pages through there, and that is kind of reading both of these now together. But that is my reading update. In terms of just the life updates, we went to the jazz concert. That was a lot of fun. It was like an open mic thing, but they had like a professional band kind of backing up the open mic people. So like there was a couple of vocalists, but mostly it was like pianists, saxophonists, trumpet players. They didn't have any bass players or drum players, so the professional band stayed on the bass and the drums the whole time. But it was a lot of fun. People were really, really good. So that was cool. And then in terms of helping, Connor and I helping our friend with his store, it took a lot longer than what we thought, but like it wasn't a bad thing. You know, we made a lot of progress. We got a lot done, so it was good. It was a huge help, and he was very sweet. He gave us in-store credits for his store for our help. Connor and I both are building our Commander decks. We don't play Commander yet. That is a version of Magic the Gathering. There's different like game formats. We usually have been playing Draft, or like standard 40 card or standard 60 card decks. Commander is 100 card decks, and they're already like, you construct them, and you take that deck with you to play against other people that have Commander decks. I know that's really, I've done a really poor job explaining it, but my Commander that I am building my deck around is Una, Queen of the Fae. So I'm making a fairy themed deck, which I'm very excited about. So I'll put my Commander up here, and then I'll put like a couple of the fun, specifically like the art of the cards that I am very excited about, like right here. But I'm very excited about it. It'll be fun. I know we've got a couple other friends that already have Commander decks. We've got a couple others that are making them alongside us, so it'll be good. So that's kind of a life update of something that I've been having a lot of fun with lately. I know I kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but yeah, other than that, just closing out this vlog. So yeah, this vlog, I feel like it was more of a life update in 2 parts. But that works too, I guess. But anyway, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. I also really wanted to say thank you for your patience. I know I've been a bit more sporadic about getting videos up lately. I have not been as on time or strict with my schedule as I usually am. Again, it's because I'm getting used to my new job, and I am struggling a little bit in getting back into the swing of having like a quote normal job schedule, I guess. So thank you for bearing with me, but thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you consider sticking around and subscribing if you haven't already, but as always, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!